What's up, guys? Sky Rain here, and this week I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you guys about the law of attraction, because it's just been a really, really big part of my life recently, and that's honestly been one of the only reasons that I've been able to get through a lot of the stuff that's been thrown at me over the last few months, is just believing in that. So, the law of attraction has become a very much widespread ideology, I guess, and I've seen a lot more people kind of looking into it and practicing it recently, and that makes me super happy because I think it's amazing. I think it makes so much sense, and I think that whether people believe in it or not, it's true for them. And obviously, I'm not here to tell you guys what to believe, but I'm just telling you what I believe and how it's worked for me. So if you don't know what the law of attraction is, basically it's just the idea that whatever you think about, whatever you put out into the universe is what you're going to get in return. And, the universe is not biased. It does not hear things like I like or I don't like or I want or don't want. It just hears the basic focus of the subject that you're talking about. So one of my favorite examples to help kind of explain that and paint a picture of it for you is from Mod Sun's book, Did I Ever Wake Up?, where he talks about speeding tickets. So basically, you're driving down the road, you get pulled over, you get a speeding ticket, and you're like, man, I hate speeding tickets, I hope I never get another speeding ticket again. And you think that because you just said that, the universe heard that you don't want that, and so it won't happen anymore. But really, what you just did was put out the word speeding ticket into the universe twice. And that's all she heard. That's all it understood, was that you said that. So now it thinks that because that's what you were putting your energy into, that's what you want, so it's more likely to happen again. And then if it does, people might think that the law doesn't work because, oh, well, I said I don't like this and I don't want it, and then it happened. Well, that's because you talked about it. So the universe really believes, I guess, that whatever you think about, whatever you're putting your conscious energy into, is what you want. So you have to be very aware, very mindful of what you think about, what you talk about, because that's what's going to come back to you. So one real life example, I guess, of this happening to me, is kind of my favorite story to tell. I've had a lot of examples of this happening, and a lot of times where I've just been blown away by the proof that the universe really was listening and delivering. But my favorite one is when I met Bella Thorne. So if you want that full story, I will link a video I did about it in the description. But basically, I went out to LA about a year ago, it was last February, for the last show of Mod Sun's BB tour, and that was the third show on that tour I had gone to. And Bella Thorne has always been such a huge inspiration to me. I think she's so incredible, and so knowing that her and Mod were dating, I bought a VIP for the LA show specifically so that I could meet her, because I figured, well, she lives there, they're dating, she'll probably be there too. And she was at the show, but she was not at the VIP. But I went out there the entire time just telling myself, telling the universe, I don't care what it takes, I'm gonna meet her. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. I know it's going to, it has to, I really want this, I need to meet this girl. And I just really believed with everything in me that it was gonna happen, that I was gonna make it work somehow. And then so I got to the show, I enjoy the show, and then afterwards we get to VIP, and I talk to Maud, I see him a little bit, and then I realize Bella's not there. And so I kind of start getting a little bit discouraged. It's my last night in LA, I still haven't met her, she's not in this VIP, so how am I gonna make this happen? It's just probably not in the stars for me right now. And so I kind of started accepting the fact that it probably wasn't going to happen, and I was a little bit disappointed because I had built it up so much and I wanted it so badly, and I just kind of believed that it wasn't going to at that point because she wasn't there, and I didn't really see how it could happen after that. And then I found out that they were having a party above the club, or above the venue, my bad, at this little club thing. And I was like, oh man, that'd be great. Bella's there, Maud's there, everybody's just hanging out, but I'm not 21, so that's not going to happen. Then, a few things happened, and I ended up actually getting into that little after party, and I met her, and it was the greatest experience I've ever had. And I truly believe that every single sequence of events that happened that night leading up to that moment happened for a reason, happened to get me there. And if I hadn't manifested that as much as I did, if I hadn't thought about it, if I hadn't talked about it, if I hadn't felt so strongly about wanting to meet her, that it wouldn't have happened. That somewhere along that line of things that happened, something would not have went the way it did, and I wouldn't have ended up meeting her. But I did, and I truly, wholeheartedly, fully believe that the only reason that did happen for me was because I spoke it into existence, and I wanted it so badly, and I just found a way to make it happen. And that is what I think is the most beautiful thing about the law of attraction, is that you can make anything happen if you want it to. And I think it's important to note that that doesn't mean you can just sit in your room and say, oh my gosh, like, I want to win the lottery, and then tomorrow that's going to happen. That's not how the law works. So you really have to, continuously put thought into the things you want, but you also have to put action into those things, because you can sit around all day long thinking about something, but if you don't change the way that you're acting, if you don't change something about the way you're behaving, about the way that you're approaching things, then nothing else is going to change back. So it starts with your mindset, it starts with your thoughts. You have to make sure that you are putting the right energy out there, but then you also have to apply it. So you can't just sit around thinking, oh, well, I believe in the law of attraction and I really want to make $1 million, and then it's just going to turn around and happen, because you have to prove to the universe that you deserve it. You have to prove that you want it. And yes, by thinking about it, it's going to get it out there into the universe that that's what you want, and it's going to be listening, and it's going to be aware that that's what you want. But you have to prove that you deserve it. You have to work for it, and you have to make the universe know that, oh, I'm not just sitting around thinking about this, I am actually making it happen, and then it's going to happen for you. And I just think that's such a beautiful thing. I very much believe in divine timing. I believe that everything has a purpose, everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidences. Everything is very specific, very particular, very meticulous, and it just all happens the way that it should. And that really has been helping me get through some hard times recently. I've been, I lost the opportunity for some really good experience in my career, and I was really kind of upset about it initially, and then I reminded myself, okay, what I need to figure out what exactly I really want, and I need to work for it, and I'm going to get it. So it doesn't matter that certain things along the way didn't necessarily go the way I wanted them to or the way I thought they would, because at the end of the road, eventually, everything is going to happen the way that it was supposed to, and I'm going to be where I want to be, because I believe I deserve it, and I'm working to prove to the world that I deserve it, and so it's going to happen for me. And I think that's such an important, good mindset to have with anything you do in life, because I believe that really just wanting something and having that drive and that motivation is great, but you're never going to get there unless you really believe that you can and that you will. And if you believe that, if you put in the work, and if you think about it, then it's going to happen for you. And so I just really, really want to stress that the law of attraction has been so amazing to me. Like I said before, there have been so many instances in my life where I've just been like, oh my God, I thought about that and now it's here. That's insane. Like my relationship, for example, my entire life I've been thinking about how, this picture perfect guy, this person that I want to be with, this person, my little fairy tale, my dream, my Prince Charming, and it never happened for me. Every relationship that I've been in up until this point has been so dramatic and stressful and just very toxic and not good, not a strong support system, not like true love. And looking back on it now, it's because of my attitude, my outlook, my actions. As soon as I started becoming more aware of myself, as soon as I started becoming more mindful of the things that I say and the things I do, and as soon as I flipped that switch and I changed my attitude, Alex fell right into my life, and he is everything that I've ever wanted and so much more, and he is so incredible, and we're just so in love, and that's just everything that I've been manifesting my entire life. And it never came to me until I proved that I deserved it, because I changed my mentality and I started being a better person, and then I got this amazing person, delivered, I guess, back to me. And that's just such an incredible thing, the way that the universe always gives you what you deserve and always gives you what you're talking about, what you're thinking about. And it's just so incredible to me. Sometimes I just really am speechless with the way that everything works out, the way that it should. And every single thing that happens to you teaches you something. And every single lesson you learn is so valuable and so incredible, and it's just really such a beautiful thing to be alive and to have that kind of awareness and that kind of power over the things that happen in your life. And I think that once you start appreciating the law for what it is, and once you start embracing those, disappointments or those negative moments, then the more you're going to get the positive moments, and that, those amazing things where you're just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this really just happened. And so, yeah, I feel like if I keep talking, I'm going to repeat myself a little bit too much, and I don't want to bore you guys, but I think that this is a really important topic to discuss, and I'm very passionate about it, and it's come true for me so many times in my life. I hope that it can start working for you guys as well, and I hope that I can start doing more videos like this, because I love talking about things like this, just things I believe, things I'm passionate about. It's so easy for me to just sit down and talk about it. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Thanks for watching.